I am here in Norway, just about an hour away from Oslo, in a place called Larvik. So, flown over yesterday. Going to be servicing a couple of Mercedes whilst I'm over here for a client called David. So it's going to be a W204 C63 and then a G500 G-Wagon. We just come down to the unit a couple of hours ago and got started, got the cars in on the ramp. I'm just doing the G-Wagon first. David's gone off at the C63 just to pick up some tools. He's quite recently acquired this unit and just been kitting it out with everything he needs. I've also come over with Scott from SG Motorsport, who's a Clio V6 specialist. David owns a Clio V6, so Scott's going to be doing some bits on that. And they've also arranged for another Norwegian Clio V6 to come down to get some work done. And I'm going to be doing some bits on the two Mercedes. So I'll take you into the unit now. It's a lovely new build workshop. Here we got the two Clio V6s, phase 1 and a phase 2 that Scott's just doing some bits on now. This is the G500, the 4-litre twin turbo V8. It has got Brabus kit on it, so Brabus exhaust and engine software, things like that, but it does not have the Brabus body styling. So we've got a load of the bits down here, and then also up here for the G-Wagon. Going to be carrying out pretty much a full service on both cars. Engine oil, gearbox oil, diff oils, brake fluid, air filters, spark plugs. David and myself agreed that whilst I'm here, it makes sense for us to just carry out a complete service on both cars, get them all up to scratch. So I'm on with the G-Wagon now, just done spark plugs on one side, and I've stripped out this side just to get to the coil packs here. So I'll get those out now and carry on fitting the spark plugs. So I just finished putting brake pads in the G-Wagon. Just done front and rear pads on it whilst we're here. Gonna bleed the brakes next. It is a bit difficult with this scissor lift, to be honest. So I think I'm just gonna jack up a corner at a time to bleed the brakes. Other than that, this one's all done. We're gonna be wrapping up quite soon here. And I will be doing the C63 tomorrow. And I'll make sure I get some more footage on that and show you a little bit more of what we're up to on that one. So I'm back on day 2. Just finished up the Brabus G-Wagon, full service on that completed. And I've got the C63 in next, which is this lovely W204 State. Just going to get this one next and do full service. So we're going to be doing engine oil, gearbox oil, rear diff oil, spark plugs, air filters, pollen filter, same as the G-Wagon really. Just whilst I'm here, the customer just wants to do the full service on that, get it all up together. This one doesn't get much use. The G-Wagon gets used a lot more. Got the phase 2 Clio V6 over there. Scott's just working through some misfire issues on that one. Customer was just telling me how expensive cars are over here. So this 204 C63 is around 90,000 euros, and the G-Wagon is roughly twice the price of what it would be in the UK. So very, very expensive, just due to the tax rules, basically. So quite unusual to see some cars like this in Norway. A lot of electric cars. There are some nice cars around, but predominantly on the road seems to be a lot of electric stuff. So it's cool to see some people still driving about in big V8s like these. C63 is in on the lift. Just got the air intakes off. I'm going to strip the airboxes out, do air filters and spark plugs, get it up in the air and get the oil drain in whilst it's still got some heat in it. Real nice car. It's done about 100,000 kilometers, roughly 60,000 miles. It's got these kind of half suede Alcantara seats, which I've not seen before on a UK car. Obviously left-hand drive. Just got these additional little carbon mirror caps, but other than that, completely stock. Nice example of a facelift W204. First thing I've come across whilst checking this over, which is common on these engines. Rocker cover is cracked. I've seen a few now that have cracked on this front bolt here. They don't leak a huge amount from here, but definitely does need a new cover. And then also, a bit difficult to see, but the lower edge bolts are corroded and the oil has been dripping onto the exhaust. Same as what I would normally see. The right hand bank is much worse than the left hand. So I'll have a chat with the customer. Obviously it's not something I'm going to be able to put right today. It is just a minor leak, so I'll get him to keep an eye on it, because obviously that rocker cover leaking can or has been leaking oil onto the exhaust, which will cause a little bit of smoke on cold start. So if it was spark plugs, engine oil all done, gearbox oil's done, just got to set the level. I'm just loading up the OBD diagnostics now so I can set the gearbox level at the correct temperature. Scott has finished the phase 1 V6. Guy just popped in to have a look at it. Didn't need a huge amount, just a little service on this one. And he's just out road testing the phase 2. Seem to have gotten to the bottom of the misfire on that one. These are cool cars. Very rare over here as well.
6 cylinders.
She's fixed. So just heading back to the hotel this evening. It is currently 11:15 in the evening. Still pretty much daylight. This is the hotel that we're staying in. Very nice hotel, and it apparently won kind of best spa in Europe last year. So yeah, a real nice place that our client has put us up in for a few days. The cars are pretty much all up together now. G-Wagon's done. He's had it back and he's been driving about in that, so that one's all good. C63 is pretty much done. The full service is done. Just trying to address an issue with the exhaust clamps. The client actually purchased some exhaust clamps, but it seems that somebody has previously kind of modified or repaired the exhaust and added in a sleeve section, and it's got some kind of nasty universal exhaust clamps on that sleeve section. So there's not really much we can do with it now because they've cut off the kind of flared end of the exhaust where the original Mercedes clamps would go on. So we're going to have to try and get some clamps tomorrow because they're completely rusted through and broken off. Fortunately, there does seem to be quite a lot of good kind of hardware stores here that sell tools, equipment and car parts. So we should be able to get something in the morning, get that sorted. The C63 does need a few bits. Not drastically, but in the future it needs a couple of bits doing. It's got a leaking rocker cover. It's got a pulley on the front which sounds slightly noisy. We've also spoke about doing cam adjusters because it does have a slight rattle on cold start. And we briefly spoke about injectors. As I say to everyone that has a W204 C63, if you haven't had the injectors done, or you've got no proof of the injectors ever being done, then it should definitely be on your list of things to do. They're known for sticking open, and they can hydraulic the engine. And I've seen it personally a few times, and it can cause obviously catastrophic damage. So probably the number one thing on the M156 engine, or the most important thing to replace if you have no proof of it. So we are going to have a chat about that, potentially come back over in the future to address some of those issues. And Scott also has some further work to do on a couple of the clears. C63 is all back together, full service completed. A couple of bits to note, which I've mentioned. We've carried out a repair on the exhaust where it's been sleeved and the clamps had rusted through, so just replaced those. Basically needs a full exhaust system to make it perfect, but it's a good enough repair for now. Just gave the engine bay a little bit of a clean up. Just going to take it out on road test with the owner, just because he's got a few concerns about the handling. So we just took C63 out on road test. The views are a little bit better than my usual road test around Swindon. This is just a few minutes away from the workshop that we've been working in. Absolutely lovely place. Both cars all done. Just took the G-Wagon out on road test. Drives lovely. So we'll be heading back home this evening.